Ecclesiastes 8:2-3. I say, keep the king's commandment for the sake of your oath to God. Do not be hasty to go from his presence. Do not take your stand for an evil thing, for he does whatever pleases him. Solomon saw that the presence of evil in our world requires a heart of wisdom to be able to discern the proper response when we are faced with difficult people and situations. For there is a proper time and procedure for every matter. When Daniel and his friends were taken captive and carried off to Babylon to be trained for service in the king's palace, they respectfully proposed a test on their diet for 10 days, so they would not defile themselves from the king's table. God had given Daniel favor in the court and wisdom for his request, and because of their obedience, the Lord multiplied their esteem and increased their understanding tenfold. When commanded not to speak at all or to teach in the name of Jesus, Peter and John responded gently but firmly, "Whether it is right in the sight of God to listen to you more than to God, you judge, for we cannot but speak the things which we have heard and seen." And they were let go. All authority comes from God, and all are under obligation to obey God. Woe to him who strives with his Maker. Let the potsherds strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall the clay say to him who forms it, "What are you making?" Or shall our handiwork say, "He has no hands"? When human authority rejects God's authority and demands obedience to human commands and forbids obedience to God, believers are under obligation to submit to God, with the understanding that our obedience to God will bring persecution from men and suffering in our lives. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be complete, lacking nothing. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. Our trials are the tools God uses to purify and refine his people. They are a necessary part of our Christian growth, because our tribulations produce perseverance. Our perseverance produces character. Our character produces hope, and hope does not disappoint. While there will always be injustices in the world, and much that we can't explain, if we walk in wisdom, we will walk with God and gain the heart of understanding to know how and when to respond to the situation and circumstances that come across our path. Though a sinner does evil 100 times and his days are prolonged, yet I surely know that it will be well with those who fear God, who fear before him. But it will not be well with the wicked, nor will he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he does not fear God. God has given us his wisdom and revealed his will in his word, so that those who obey him will receive his blessings and find a full, meaningful, and satisfying life. May it be our prayer that the Lord would teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. For the secret things belong to the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belong to us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of his law. Oh, that men would give thanks to the Lord for his goodness, and for his wonderful works to the children of men. For he satisfies the longing soul, and fills the hungry soul with goodness.